Good evening, everyone. I am Crystal, and this is Luna and his human Tom. We're so glad Luna's feeling better.
Yeah, I didn't snuggle. This is my snuggle buddy for when we're coming on camera right now. Is this guy?
Aw, he's so sweet. Well, welcome, guys. We did it. We're through a whole season. Again, season 3. By far the very best season so far.
Oh, Rosa! What's up, Rosa?
Rosa and Glenn and Matt Jagger.
Yeah.
All of our friends.
Hello, friends. So how was your week?
You know, it was okay. I watched this episode quite a lot. And then I went back and I started following characters like through the season. So I started with Rand and just writing down his character arc, like season 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Doing some nerdy, crunchy things.
Yeah. What do you got?
No, that's what I'm saying. Just started going his arc.
Looking for them. Okay. Okay.
Hey, Rapunzel.
It's a Rapunzel. What's up, Rapunzel? All I really did that was fun this weekend was I went and saw Sinners. Yes. So if anyone doesn't know what that is, that's this lovely movie with this awesome dude in it, Michael B. Jordan. It's a Ryan Coogler film, which is the writer and director of Black Panther, Creed, the Creed movies, which are the sequel spin-off Rocky films, which were, they were well written and they were well acted. I'm just not a huge Rocky person. I like the first couple of movies, but whatever.
Do you have enough emotional support beverages for this episode?
Oh, I do.
All the things. Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. But if you are on the fence about going to see Sinners, go and see it immediately. Probably one of the better movies I've seen in the last few years, and the best movie I've seen this year. One of the best vampire movies I've seen. He does so much world building and character building in 2 hours that it's crazy. His writing and his directing is just amazing. They also, the way they filmed it, it's all filmed on actual film. It's not digital. And it's the first time ever that they've mixed the formats of IMAX and.
Now listen, you know how Tom's brain works. You guys were so much fun last night too.
Yes, I had a ton of fun with you guys last night. Great. No, yes.
You said it was the only fun thing you did. So now you've offended.
Last night the weekend was over for me. That wasn't even the weekend. It feels like Monday last night. Mm-hmm. No, I love you guys. I had a ton of fun with you guys last night. But the other really cool thing was it was the first time a female cinematographer ever was a cinematographer on an IMAX film movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting.
What was your
movie.
favorite vampire movie before this? Okay, so before Sinners, what was your favorite?
That's hard because there's so many. I love so many different vampire movies for so many different reasons.
Types. I love John Carpenter's vampires. That's just my go-to. Yeah. Feel good, I
Blade.
like to put it on in the background.
The OG Blade, the first Blade movie. That's the first Marvel movie. That's the movie that started the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's also one of my favorite Wesley Snipes roles, even though I've seen every single movie he's ever done. No, that's not true. Well, it's one of my favorite. My favorite is Tu Wong Fu. Thank you for coming, Julie. That's my favorite Wesley Snipes role. But speaking of my favorite things, one of my favorite Yellow / Black Ajah Aes Sedai is patiently waiting backstage for us, and I can't wait anymore. So
look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello, Zenobia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Pretty good. And remind us what time is it where you're at right now?
It's 3 a.m. in Cape Town.
Oh boy! Just to show the love and dedication you have. That's amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
That's very, very cool. Very cool to be here. Hey, Matt. Taisha.
So
so cool.
Thank you. And I love your background there. You have a lot of beautiful books on your shelf there.
Yeah, I did the whole all the Wheel of Time at the back here. My friend, my best friend Manichi actually said to me, Zenobia, if you're going to do this, you have this in the background. So I'm like, okay, let's arrange the whole thing.
Oh, it looks great.
So yeah, we've got all the Brandon Sanderson books as well, and of course, Lord of the Rings, and it's one of us. So yeah, total nerd, complete.
So big. Are you? You've been enjoying Brandon's books as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've what are they? Yeah, I've got the Words of Radiance. Which one?
The Words of Radiance and
I've got Elantris.
Elantris.
The
Mistborn.
Mistborn. Yeah, those are
okay. Yeah, I really enjoy his Cosmere a lot. Mistborn was Elantris and Mistborn are probably my two favorite of his books, I would say.
Yeah.
Of series, or like I love the whole idea of the Cosmere, but his the characters in Elantris are a lot of fun. But also, have you read his sci-fi series, Skyward?
No, I haven't actually. Wow.
That one is pretty good. So it's not a Cosmere series. It's outside of the Cosmere, but it's a ton of fun. I really like that one. It's like I said, it's science fiction. Main character's like a young teenage girl. It's like a kind of like a Starfighter series, they do a lot of fighting and spaceships and things like that. It's fun. It's a really fun series. And there's a lovable little cute slug in it. So
Aww.
That sounds really cool. That sounds like something I really need to read.
Yeah, his name is Doomslug.
Oh, nice. anything I don't know, anything with sort of space, and that is really cool. I'm complete Star Trek, Star Wars fan. Oh, freak out.
I was gonna say, I saw that you liked Star Trek, so I have to ask, do you have a favorite captain?
No doubt, Janeway.
Okay.
Absolute favorite. I mean, come on. I've watched whenever I feel a little down or just want to watch something really homey, I put on Star Trek Voyager, and that's my thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's your favorite?
I guess, is he a cat? I don't remember. Deep Space Nine, Cisco has always been my favorite. He's a captain, right? Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah. Glenn agrees with you.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Picard and Next Generation is always going to be up there for me. But I really just I took a liking to Cisco and Deep Space Nine because it felt like Star Wars in a way, kind of, it was like a space station. It was kind of dirty, there was, the underbelly kind of Star Trek, and it felt kind of the Mos Eisley Cantina version of Star Trek, and I kind of gravitated to that.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I also like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, he becomes a captain in it. Okay. It's been a while since I watched Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, no, it's me too. I mean, I've literally watched. I don't know. I think I must have watched. I don't even know how many times I've watched Voyager, but all the others have
yeah. Voyager was great. The new stuff has been really good too. I haven't been up to date on
any
it,
of the new stuff.
I watched Discovery. I like Discovery, or at least the first season of Discovery. I watched the first season of Picard, which was really good.
Yeah.
And I watched the first few episodes of Brave New World, and I absolutely loved it. And I just didn't keep up with it. We just keep getting caught up in these other TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to watch because I mean those are really great. I've watched all of them now. The Discovery, Strange New Worlds, Picard. I mean, it's just wow.
So is that something that you do like on set? You're filming, things, and I'm assuming obviously for at least the Wheel of Time, you had to leave Cape Town and you had to go up to Prague for a lot of stuff and Morocco for things, and did they film the White Tower stuff in Prague? Was that all in Prague?
Yeah, that's all done in Prague. All of it in Prague. on the.
So do you just binge watch in your hotel room like TV shows on your off nights?
Yeah. I actually binge watched Foundation. I don't know if you know that one.
Yes.
On Apple TV, because they were actually shooting that the next season. They were shooting in Prague as well. So some of the cast was staying in the same hotel. And
That's
when
awesome.
That's cool.
Oh, you're in Foundation. I'm like, what is Foundation? I'm like,
That's
okay,
so
so I
cool.
needed to catch up on what it is that they're in. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, we know that you like to, like, you know, grab some fun selfies and pictures with your cast members on the Wheel of Time, because your Instagram feed is just phenomenal.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you grab any pictures with any of the Foundation cast members while you were there?
Yeah, no, I did. But we because my best friend has we're in a business together. Monique, I think you've also sort of been in touch with her, so she actually helps me out with kind of how to maneuver the whole thing, because she's way better at social media than I am, so she's been helping me out like with stuff. And she was saying to me, no, I think we must let's kind of, you know, let's plan it and reveal some of the other stuff a little bit later, you know.
Yeah,
so
you send me the pictures and I'll post them. That's my wife and is on the Dragonmount social media team, and we have a couple of people on that work, because I'm terrible at it too. I can't.
I'm awful. Awful.
Absolutely awful at social media.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
thank goodness, not just me.
No, absolutely not. I'm the worst. I'm definitely the worst. My personal one is just pictures of my cats, which is this guy right here.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. Oh my god. Very
We usually have the Luna cam on. He's got a bed on my desk, but he decided he wanted to be in my lap. Yeah. He's our executive producer.
Mm-hmm. That is amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I always respond personally to people, because I want people to know that I respond to them personally. Yeah. But like some of how it's crafted, the responses in terms of making it very specifically Wheel of Time stuff. Monique and I actually spend some time like going, okay, what's going to sound really cool, and how are we going to, because we try and respond. She helps me to respond to everybody in a very personal way, but also like linked to the Wheel of Time, you know.
Of course.
So you spend hours responding to people.
That's so much fun though. Like you look like you're having a lot of fun with it. And I'm not sure if it's just because you're a great actor or because you're having a lot of fun, but I choose to think that it's because you're having a lot of fun.
No, I'm having a massive amount of fun. I mean, this is like a dream. It's amazing.
Yay.
Really cool.
Well, speaking of the social media and fun, I grabbed a couple of pictures that I wanted to see if you've seen, and, you know, like basically as a segue to talk about the fandom that is the Wheel of Time fandom, because we're pretty
ridiculous.
We're pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So here's one of my favorite memes that I've seen so far from the Wheel of Time stuff is this one. Don't stop believe, but it's believing. I love this one. And
this is a very cool one.
And that's from our very own Rapunzel, who's in chat right now.
Rapunzel.
Talking about Lower Decks. Yeah. But and then this other one, which is great. So I'll read it for viewers. So it says, "Great Lord, are you there? Joy and I need an assist." And then it's the Great Lord, Amico. Yeah, sure. Someone will be with you shortly. Mogideon, change of plans. Target Joy and Amico first, and I need to change my phone number. That was pretty funny. I like that one too. Oh God.
Oh, what was it she said?
Oh, what did Rosamund call it?
Yeah, I think it was in the interview with Matt, maybe.
Did she have a nickname for us? Is that
I
what it
don't
was?
remember. She's talking about us being really intense. We're really
Passionate.
no, it wasn't quite that complimentary.
That's the word that I've heard. That's a word I've heard at least.
Yeah.
The
Meticulous, maybe it was something like we're
that's a good
very
one.
detail oriented. I don't know.
But so what has it been like for you now? Like you've been on both sides of the fandom, I guess. So like, what has that been like for you over the past, like, since season 3 came out and we've been introduced to Amico and then sadly had to say goodbye to Amico?
Yeah. Oh my word, it's been amazing actually. I think because I obviously knew how big it would be to get into this. And I don't know if you know my story, my whole sort of story around how I got this part. Do you know that
Well, let's
story?
hear it.
No,
I
we want
know.
to hear it from you.
I want to hear it from you for sure.
Okay, so basically they weren't auditions in Cape Town. What happened with me is in 2020, in COVID, I was literally rereading some of the books, and
Like you do.
it was like random thought, I wonder if someone's making a series about this, and what's happening. Maybe someone's making a film. So I checked the IMDb Pro. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't expect it. There's actually a series in development at the moment, or in pre-production kind of thing. And lo and behold, there's a casting agent's name, Kitty Valentine. So I'm like a crazy person, and I start phoning around. I phoned my agent and I said, please try and get me an audition. And there's one particular role that I want to play. I'm not going to say what it is.
Okay.
I'd love to audition for this. Can you make it happen? So she contacts the casting agent, nothing. Because I was like, we're on the tip of Africa, so so and anyway, so I just leave it for a bit, and then after a few weeks, I try again. I try another friend and see if anyone's got a contact to this, to get to an agent in the UK that can get me an audition with this casting agent, because you can't just contact casting agents directly.
No.
And then a couple of weeks, months, whatever later, I'm on a panel with a very well-known casting agent here, Bonnie Lee Bowman, and I said to her, what, maybe she can help me because I happen to have a cell number. So I've got personal contact and we get on really well. And she loved my role in Phila Second, which I was award-winning, blah, blah, blah.
Best actress, the blah, blah, blah. Best actress, award-winning.
So I knew that she liked my work and everything. So she's phoned her, contacted her, and she said, I put it on a voicemail and she says, she phones me back and she says, Zenobia, you will not believe this. I actually know Kitty Valentine personally. She's a friend of mine, the casting agent. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is divine intervention type of thing.
Yeah.
And she then arranges for me to be able to audition for this part. I got onto the shortlist, and then South Africa was in the red zone. So we couldn't carry on. I couldn't travel, nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years later, January 23rd, 2023, I get my agent gets an email from Kitty them and saying, okay, can Zenobia audition for these 2 roles? And my agent had completely forgotten because obviously, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Also, they then used the code names.
Yeah.
They never say Wheel of Time. They never give you the character names.
Yeah.
And that was it. And and 2-3 months later, I was in Prague.
That's so awesome.
It was I don't know. Yeah, if you with we all believe in this kind of thing, the pattern, the weaving of the pattern, that kind of thing. I mean, I kind of live by that. So what is supposed to be will be. So it was just beautiful. And to answer your question, I think being on because I've obviously watched fan stuff and you watch the actors before I got the role for 2 years. I'm like, I want to be in that, I want to play a tree. So
I feel that.
and then And then to actually walk on set and be there, oh my word, I can't even.
Walking
And
into the White Tower, like how that must have been.
I know.
Did you cry? Like, did you get emotional when you walked on set for the first time?
I got so emotional. I couldn't believe my eyes. And just like, and I made everyone like sort of aware that this is so cool.
That's so awesome. Oh God.
You know?
Did you get a chance to talk to Rafe, or like Yosha or any of the other cast members that have read the series as well?
Yeah, I spoke to Ray for a little bit. Very nice man, oh my word.
Oh,
I've got a photo with him, it's so lovely. And obviously Justine and I, the other writer, Justine Kilmer, we talk a lot, we still talk a lot. She's lovely. Yeah, and then I've spoke to Yosha once by accident. Yosha actually met in the street outside the hotel one day by accident, and I'm like, I grabbed him and I said, "Please take a photo with me." Totally fangirl this guy. He was like, "Who are you?"
I think was it this picture right here?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was so funny because like he was so nice. He was like just on his way to run an errand or something. And he was like so lovely to me, and like he didn't know who I was. I'm like, I'm like,
Okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Anyway.
He was amazing this season too. Like, oh man.
Oh God. Wow.
So
Hey,
what did you think of like obviously you're done with me? Okay. The my cat is apparently done with me. I'll see you later. The the fans and all I'm myself included have loved episode 4. So the Road to the Spear, you know, the trials in Meridian.
Yeah.
How did you what did you think of that episode? What were your feelings on that?
No words. That was like just one of the best episodes ever. Wow. I couldn't have imagined that scene any better than they did it. I was like, wow. I mean, I'm sure you guys have covered it, but that was incredible. Incredible. I mean, and just the sort of transformation that Joshua went through just with the, but you know, it's also very cool because when you are made up, the makeup and the costuming, it does a lot of that for you in terms of the transformation.
Yeah.
So you know, so that was amazing. That was amazing for me to just see him transform that way. He's very talented and very skilled, obviously. And I mean, we've got such a great costume and wardrobe department that just kind of made that real, so real. Amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of costumes, though, I loved your the yellow costume that you got to wear. Yeah. I was sad for you that you didn't get to wear the shawls. Did you get to did you see the shawls at all, or were those way later for you?
Yeah, no, that we didn't get at all.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I was sad for you when I saw that the shawls pretty much only came up in like the soup, like the very ceremonial scene with Suan being raised. So, but I was like, oh, it would have been cool if she got to wear one. I'm sure I'm sure you were, a big fan of when they brought those in, right?
Yeah, those are so beautiful. Yeah.
I mean, Sharon is amazing.
Yo, Sharon is amazing. And just the most amazing person too. She's so lovely. You know, interestingly, with the costuming, is when you go in and you go and do your costume sort of fittings and things. She comes in for your fitting specifically. So she actually. Thank you, Lightblinder. That's very cool. So she actually comes in for, and I mean, my character is quite small in relation to the others. But even for my character, she comes in specifically and I think for the smallest characters, she actually comes in and checks, are you happy with your costume? How's it fitting?
Wow.
You feeling comfortable? Like my shoes. Okay, these are the shoes we tried for you. How does it fit? Are you happy?
That's nice.
I know they changed some stuff on my shoes, particularly to make it more comfortable, this kind of thing. So it's everyone pays, there's so much attention to detail, and there's so much attention to, they want to work with you as an actor as well to see how does it work for you, how does it feel, and they just hit the nail on the head every time with the costumes. It's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's
That's
great
awesome.
to hear that. I mean, like I've spoke to Sharon a couple times, and what everyone says is that how great she is. But like, it's always nice to hear them being concerned. Like, how are the shoes fitting? Are they comfortable? I'm sure you did a little bit of running around and things like that. So I'm sure that's definitely a thought. Someone asked it in chat. Oh, it's Erin. My wife asked, "Did you get to keep the ring?"
Erin, I wish. I wanted. I'm probably a little bit too honest because I think I could have just accidentally kept my ring.
It's lost.
But no, I didn't get to keep it. Because we get like they have, I think it's 2 or 3 3 of it. Like you keep one in extra because they make it specifically for your finger, and it was just like, and the moment that I got the ring in the dressing room, I lost my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
For me?
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, because you kind of try and keep it on the DL,
Yeah.
try to not get all, try to keep you cool a little bit, but
I could never. I have zero poker face. I would be walking around touching everything. Look, I couldn't. I could not
just
play
emphasizing with your hand, like, oh, I was walking over there, and I was just talking with the back of your hand everywhere.
Oh, it's so amazing. Have you guys been on the set? Have you guys been on?
The CEO of Dragamount, our boss Kathy, got out and got to go onto the Two Rivers set and onto the Kyrian set, and I think part of the tower. They hadn't built the hall. Yeah. They hadn't had the hall done yet, I don't think, or like the Amaranth study or any of that stuff. It was just like where they had like the warders quarters and like that hallway where the statues were and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They put out a lot of the costumes on display, so she had some pretty awesome pictures of like just the costumes on mannequins and things like that on display in the areas, which was really cool. There's shameless plug, there's pictures over on Dragonmount and a video over on the Dragonmount YouTube, so go check that out if you want to see Kathy's travels to Prague from a couple years ago.
That's fantastic.
Arosa wanted to know, did you work with like the visual effects department on how your channeling would look? Like, did they talk to you too about like the different, how you channeled and like what you did for the weaves?
Yeah. The VFX department. So there's 2 processes. The first one is that you work with Scarlett, who does the choreography, and she's like amazing. I don't know if you've spoken to her before. So she does all the choreography for the for how the weaves are done. So she'll like spend time with you, telling you exactly how. That's why that video that you got of me with the "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
That's actually one of the videos I took with Scarlett to show. Okay, how am I doing it? Is it looking right and whatever? And so she'll work with you on that.
So
and
kind of, especially because like you and Joya look like you're doing like similar kind of.
Yeah. That's the block. That's the how you that's the one where you weave to create a shield around someone. So we were blocking a swan with that one, and all those moves are specifically worked out so that everyone is doing the same thing all the time. And obviously the Black Ajah have got a couple of extra moves. So yeah, that's all worked out. And then the visual effects afterwards, like in post-production when everyone's done, they actually phone you and they ask you how you see the weaves looking, how you
Okay.
feel it, how you
Wow.
see it. And based on what everyone is saying, they'll then work out as very specifically for every person, they work out how the weaves are working, or the, like, so
Oh,
yeah.
It was
I thought it,
gorgeous.
was so
yeah,
good.
that's very good. You see with that one especially, even I do, because Amico, like you, I mean, in the books, Aes Sedai are like very controlled, but because Amico is, firstly, she's weak, she's weaker in the power. Secondly, she's a little unhinged. I found.
I felt that a little bit, especially in the interrogation scenes.
Yeah.
you know? So she'll be more emotional. I thought she'd be much more emotional. She'll be a lot more showing what she feels. And even here, like the effort that she puts into that
Mhm.
week is about not being as strong as the others. So she'll have to put a lot more effort into it. And that's why I
Okay.
played it with that much effort in it.
I like that. That's so awesome. I mean, I love hearing the like what goes into the performance and like the thoughts and feelings behind it, because honestly, I can feel it in the moment. Like you can really see it in the moment, and then just to have it like confirmed, hearing your feelings going into it is just it's awesome. It's so great.
Yeah.
I've been like, it's so great to hear you say the like the idea of everyone kind of having like the similar motions with the weaving, like you guys enjoy have, where it's like almost like a language.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been hoping for that from like since they announced the project, like
Yeah.
basically like, oh, if we see this motion, we can kind of maybe assume maybe there's a fireball coming, or like someone's gonna do a weave for listening or something like that, like
Yeah.
that's really cool.
No, it's meticulously done. I'm telling you, it's like every single one of us have a session with Scarlett, or multiple sessions, and then
So awesome.
and she'll be on set as well when those things happen, where you'll be then basically, while you're on set, she'll also go through the whole thing with you to make sure everyone's motions are done properly. And that
Awesome.
big scene at the beginning, that
Yeah.
11-minute scene
Yeah.
in the episode 1,
Oh yeah.
that was so meticulously worked out as well.
I can only imagine.
That's slicing and all of that.
That's awesome to hear, Waldo. So a
Mhm.
person in chat just said they're finishing book 11 tonight. This is
So
so like
exciting.
I've been saying since like the show was announced that one of my favorite things about the show is going to be all of the new people that it brings to the fandom in general. So like I love hearing that people are just going through the books and reading them for the first time, and I love that the show also did that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so great.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool.
And we'll try to give you a heads up if we're going to spoil anything. I'll try to keep us on. I'll worry about that. You guys just have fun, but I will try to make sure I mention if we spoil anything.
Okay.
If we're going to spoil anything. Spoiler alert, you look a little surprised here though. This was right after Suan takes you and Joya out, and then the next time we see you is during the interrogation scenes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. The surprise face is because she's now broken through the shields.
Yeah, and she's pretty powerful.
Oh my word.
and not only is Suan powerful, but oh man, how was it being on set with Sophie Akinedo, her staring daggers at you down the street? That must have been
Oh, she's amazing. Oh my word. She's such a friendly person, actually. Very serious. She's quite serious.
Yeah.
But such a lovely, lovely person. And it was just
it's amazing.
Yeah, no, so giving, and she's so open, and I know it's just everyone on the set has just been lovely, absolutely lovely.
That's so great. Yeah. What is like? So, have you ever this set, like this scene, especially? Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people, and there was a lot of moving parts. So, how much of that did you experience? Because I know, like your scenes, obviously, you're on that street, and it's really just you, Joya, Sophie, and then briefly Rosamund.
Yeah.
So, or were you a part of the larger goings-ons in that episode?
Yeah, you mean in terms of like how the whole setup and everything?
Yeah, like did you experience like being on set with all of those other actors, or like did you film on a day where it was really just you guys like on that street, or did you like see all of the stunt work happening on all of the different departments working on things, blowing stuff up? I mean, at least you saw the bell tower come down, or at least part of it that wasn't CG.
Yeah, it did actually come down. Most of it was real.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, no, we see it. We're there. Obviously, they try and keep us safe.
Yeah.
So but we're basically present for the scene. So if they'll do the one part first, and then they'll turn around and do the other part. And like for instance, when they're on Rosamund, you don't actually see us. So we're actually not even on set when she's there. And they take the part of her and Sophie, and they point the camera that way. We're not even there.
Yeah.
Or they put us to the side type of thing. But we're there if you wanna be there and you want to see some of the action, you can actually stay on and just watch it on set if you want to.
That's nice.
You are allowed to do that. So, but yeah, it's we're pretty much involved on set whenever possible. Yeah, I try to always just be there a little bit and see what's going on because I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But it's very cool.
There's a brief moment where it looks like there, like either at some point you were possibly filmed as a sitter in the hall of the tower, and like they changed that at some point because and I have the clip I can play real fast. It was really fast. And it's like a blink and you'll miss it. It looks very different from the Aes Sedai who ends up being there. So here, let me play it real quick. I don't know why that's
Wrong one.
You mean at the very beginning?
Right there. Is that your head?
That's my head.
Okay, I thought so. I thought that looked like you.
It's actually. I thought this was really funny because what actually happened is I was meant to be in that scene in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But what happened is it was the first because I just come into Prague the week before. And the production was still testing everyone for COVID, and it was the last. We were rehearsing that entire scene and everything, and they took some of the footage. They already started filming some of it in the hall, like that scene, for instance, little pieces of stuff, and the walking in and all of that kind of thing. And then the very last day that they were testing for COVID, I tested positive. Me and a couple of other people tested positive. So I wasn't even feeling sick, but I had to stay in my hotel room for a week.
That stinks.
And the producer was so lovely. I think his name is Hansa or Holger. Anyway, one of the producers phoned me and he said, Zenobia, I'm so sorry. There's too many moving parts. We're gonna have to cut you out of that scene.
That's painful.
Yeah, it was so painful. But I mean, gosh, it looks good. So every time I watch that scene, I'm like, I was gonna do that. I was gonna be there.
Oh, well, the what you did get to do, and I mean, and you can forever say that not only did you were killed by Alida Duavenria Rohan on camera, but Shorey Agdashalu. How was that? Like, what was that like to I mean, like, we spoke with Guy when Guy Roberts was on, the actor who played Uno, for those who don't know. I feel like if you're watching this,
everybody here should know that. Yeah,
I feel like that. But he actually was a guest on the episode that he died in season 2, which was fun.
We got to watch him die. It was surreal.
Which was kind of fun.
It was surreal.
But what was it like to film that? And what is it like to film like, you know, a death scene like that? And then the second part is, were you there like the whole time? Like, because, you know, Amico dies and then there's like a good maybe almost 10 minutes of scene after that. So did you just kind of have to lay there? Did they get like a dummy or like what happened?
Okay, I'm gonna break this up in parts. So firstly, working with Sheree was insanely wonderful. She's like, she's just this lovely person as well. And then the voice comes out, you know.
So intense.
Yeah, and we have this like little tent outside the studio where we all kind of like, it's a green room type of thing, and we would sit there and just chat and all that stuff. And I'm a singer as well, so I would sing her little songs and this sing some more, you know. So it was beautiful to just kind of chat and sing and go on there. And then doing that scene, it's because we obviously rehearsed the stuff beforehand and all that. But doing that scene with her was really cool because she's a very, very focused person. Mm-hmm. So I like to work like that. It gets quite intense, and because you know how the cameras turn around on you and then on the other person and that. Yeah, it was really, really cool. But the death scene, interestingly enough, they had made a complete body cast of me, a full body. They take photos of. I mean, I had to go to. I was in Cape Town for them to do that.
Yeah.
On set, they have on Wheel of Time set, they've got a room with lots of cameras around, and that can just take all the pictures simultaneously. But here in Cape Town, we had to. I spent an entire day with the poor guys. I think they had like 3 or 4 cameras instead of like, I don't know, 1,000. So we bit by bit for the entire day from all angles, and then they get your entire body in 3D. And they made a replica of me, all of me, for that scene. So when you see me lying on the floor with the head off, that's actually not physically me there. That's actually my replica. That's there. That's how these guys are. And they made it so perfectly. I actually couldn't watch it. I couldn't see myself lying there because it was very freaky.
We'll take that off then for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever see like in person? Did you ever get to see your double or your cast?
I did. They wheeled her on.
What was that like?
It was surreal. I thought at one stage I said to the makeup artist, the guy that did my makeup.
Davinia Lamont was the lead.
Yeah, Davina was amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing. So I was saying to the guy that did mine was Wayne. I don't know what his surname is for some reason. Him and Chris, another wonderful lady called Christina. She's fantastic people. And I was just saying to them, I want to take a photo with my body type of thing. Taking photos with everybody and myself, but I didn't get to it weirdly, and I thought maybe that was meant to be that way because it's kind of freaky. I saw Amico, but yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's entirely fair.
You know.
For on Guy's side of things, his wife was involved in his murder. So I asked if she had any kind of like plans for it. Were there like Halloween decorations in the future, or is she just gonna pull it out every time you get out of line to remind you that she ordered that, because she was the one that gave the order for it.
See, I think she just sets the spike on the table every time he annoys her. She just.
That's good.
Yeah. That's funny.
we just needed Jaichim the Gray is what we've been calling him, to show up a couple of minutes sooner.
Yeah.
That's all we would have needed.
Yeah.
That's so much
Another
fun.
very
All right.
cool dude. Oh, another cool dude that played that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was really cool. Very, very athletic.
Oh, I mean, he was flipping all over the place. Yeah, forget about it.
It was amazing.
But I wanna ask you a question about Jaichim actually. But before we do that, I want to get everyone ready for the our episode because we're going to be watching the episode soon. So yes, we're going to be watching episode 8. He Who Comes with the Dawn together. So I want to get that started because it is just a little under an hour of an episode, and like we said earlier, Zenobia is currently like 3:45. So I want her to get some sleep tonight. So. I'm going to start our Teleparty, which is the program that we've been using for our watch parties and everything. It's a totally legit platform. If you've never done this with us before, Netflix made it during the pandemic as a way to do watch parties. And then all of the streamers were like, yeah, go ahead. You can use it with ours too, because it worked so well, which was really nice. So I'm going to create the watch party now, which is now created. Yay. And then I'm going to share the link with everybody. So if you would like to watch along through that, you can just go ahead and click that link that I just posted in chat. And that will bring you to our watch party. And when you join the watch party, you should probably just see it paused on a screen. And I'm the only one with control because we can't have nice things. And I'll press play in a little while.
It was one time, Tom. Leave us alone.
The other way that I'll do it is I have a little timer on the side of my screen and I'll align the time. So if people get lost or if you have to start it on your own, or you're watching in some other way, the times will be aligned so you can line them up if you need to. Okay. So for Jaichim, I have to ask, as a reader of the books and as a fan of the Wheel of Time and the show itself, the scene, especially at the end, specifically at the end of the first episode, this scene, hold on.
Do you want to be courageous?
No.
What did you think of seeing a gray man made? Like, we never got to see it done in the books, but this was so cool. What did you think about this scene? What were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was like really, I don't know, it was very imaginative, I thought, because there's a lot of like really dark stuff that happens in the books, you know, and that was, it kind of sort of fell in with that for me. So it wasn't out of character, it wasn't unexpected. And what was really cool is to actually see how it was created. And there's a lot of stuff that I thought was really, really cool. So this is some reason.
Speaking of dark things, and everyone, I think all of the people watching may have thought I saved you from having to see this, but no, I cut it out specifically so I could play it extra for you.
Oh.
Tom. I cannot.
She's so great as Mo Gideon.
Terrifying. I don't know that I could speak to her in real life because that character has terrified me to my soul. The tongue and the licking and the fingers, I can't. If she is what gives me nightmares from this show.
Oh, she's definitely a creeper for sure.
Yeah.
As a member of the Black Ajah, you may have had to interact with her. So Shorave may have rescued you from that at the very least.
As good as I think she's one of the scariest characters. Just because the actress does this so well. She does that sort of, she plays like a child that's kind of just playing around with things, but like not even like, I don't know. I think to play a character like that is you don't lean into the evil. You don't think, oh, I'm playing evil. You're just like, oh, I'm curious. What's going to happen if I pull this? And what
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
let me see if we in drama school we always had this thing where they said, you know, you may not be able to imagine say being like a murderer or something, but we've all killed a fly, you know, or like swatted a mosquito, and you go, damn mosquito, you know. So that you magnify that feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and then you know, so from something very small, you actually creating something bigger. And she just does it so beautifully, where she's kind of, because I can kind of see like she's going, playing, just playing.
Yeah. It's almost like a childlike wonder. Like maybe she's not acting like a child, but she has like that, you know, like drive to like, oh, I want to learn about this. I want to see how this works. Like she always has that like, oh God, so good. And exactly like you said, like there's a lot of darkness in the Wheel of Time. It happens often, you know, off screen or off page, but one of my favorite things that the show did was bring in Sanaa Hamri as a director. She directed a lot of, and I think she also wrote on season 2 a bit. She was a big horror person. She did a lot of horror things. She was very into horror, and like she did the episode specifically when we meet Lanfear for the first time, like all of those scenes. So like those were very dark scenes, and she did a great job. So, but I love hearing people say, especially people involved with the show and someone who's a fan, like, yes, the Wheel of Time is very dark, and it has a lot of horror veins throughout it that definitely they've been dialing up, and I love it.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Yeah, I think there's a bit of everything for everyone in here, so really, really cool.
Yeah, the one thing I'm sad that you didn't get to experience was any of the Trollocs, though.
I know. I wanted to. I so badly wanted to go to the Two Rivers. Oh, it would have been so cool to go, but
yeah,
Amico was not able to go there.
Nah, yeah. I mean, Tar Valon and the White Tower are pretty awesome.
They are. They are pretty.
We did get a chance to I got a chance to chat with Davina and Sharon back when season 2 was coming out, and I had asked them, how do you differentiate the Trollocs like on set? Like, you know, like when you're like, you know, here's like 6 stuntmen in front of you, and they all have to put on different Trolloc costumes, and they all like, is it just Trolloc costume number 1, number 2? And she's like, oh no, we have names for them, all of them. And she said they're all very proper British feminine names. And I was like, it's fantastic. That's wonderful. I can't remember what she said, but I got to go back and watch the interview. But she said a couple of the names after that, but they were all proper, very proper British feminine names. And I was, but I thought that was funny.
That's really cool.
So I'm going to get ready to play the episode now so we could start watching episode 8, which is the final episode of the season.
I can't believe it.
I know. We've been doing this since like, I mean, like obviously it never really ends, but like we've been actively season 3 since like the beginning of March, and it just is, it's crazy that it's over already. Okay. I'm going to give everyone a countdown and then press play. So if you're watching in the watch party, you just have to sit back and watch. If it doesn't start playing for you, you just refresh the page. It should start, and it'll catch you up to wherever we are in the episode. If you're going to follow along with the timer, I'll give you a countdown so that we can, so that you can press play at the same time as the timer. Okay. Cool. Here we go. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and play. So if you're watching on the watch party, it should be playing. If not, just press refresh on your web page and it'll start again.
Oh, your timer stopped, Tom.
Did it stop? Oh, I might have pressed stop on it because I'm a silly Billy. Is it going now? Oh, I minimized the timer and it cut it. It didn't actually stop. Yeah, it's still lined up perfectly. Okay, cool. Are you good? Is it playing for you?
Yeah, it's kind of at the end though. I don't know what.
It's at the end.
Just
That's weird.
look at it at the beginning. Okay. For some reason, mine is playing at 1:02:50, like at the end of the episode.
Oh, weird.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Ours is at 50. It should be. I'll share the link again in the chat, in our chat, and in the chat that everyone is kind of hanging out in. If you want to join the watch party, just click that link, and the link that's in our chat should be.
Is it working for the rest of you guys in chat? Yeah. Is it looking correct?
Yeah. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. That should be it. 317-7317 should be the last numbers in that weird URL that pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, I see people joining the chat now, so it should eventually start working if it's okay. Giving you a little weirdness.
Or if it said it was sending her to the end too.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, I think I'm in the right one now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. It must have just been the other one that I made to test it at the beginning was still kind of funky and being in the background there.
Yeah.
Okay, it works now. I see everyone joining now, and people are saying it works. All right, cool. Yay, we're good. All right. So Elida just came out of the redstone doorway. Mm-hmm. I love the way the redstone doorway worked too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice to be able to. Oh, excuse me. It was nice that we got it. We saw it briefly in episode 1 when your fellow Black Ajah sisters go and raid the storeroom, the 13th depository. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It is very nice to have that to actually see that.
Yeah, that was really cool. Everyone is taken to calling it the room of requirement in the fandom. There you go. Yep. I mean, I have multiple tattoos, but I have one from that too because I got my stuff prior to she who will not be named unmasking herself as a crappy person, but I still love it. I can't stop.
Yeah, we still love it.
Yeah. I want some coffee now too, but
I know.
I'll stick. Oh, good. All right. I'm glad. All right. The thing is working for everybody. Cool. All right. So we finally got to see shawls. Yeah. I know all of the costumers and cosplayers are incredibly excited.
These are gorgeous, right?
So gorgeous.
What?
I love the flame of Tarvalon on the neck is so cool.
Oh, these are so gorgeous.
A friend of mine who's a cosplayer. She's been a guest on the show before. She's a professional cosplayer. She was like, "Oh my god, it's going to be hell to make those tassels. Those tassels are going to take forever."
Long.
Yeah.
You would have to walk really carefully to not get them tangled too.
Yeah. Which is why they're ceremonial,
And not at all practical.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyone who's ever dressed up as an Aes Sedai at a convention and worn a shawl, I knows that it would be hell to try to fight in one or ride a horse or do any of the things that the Aes Sedai in the books do with them on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Which makes sense that it's ceremonial only.
Yeah.
In this sense, wanting to do all kinds of things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and they even are doing that just in the few moments they're wearing it when they stand up. Everyone's kind of you can see everyone adjusting as they stand up and things like that.
Yeah,
it does look awesome though. Just like the Jedi robes, they're very impractical and cumbersome, but they look great.
They look amazing. Yeah.
The thing that I thought was really cool about this scene in particular is everyone being a different shade of their Ajah color. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, that's very thoughtful, actually.
Yeah.
In terms of just the design and everything, still giving everyone individuality, which is really cool.
Yeah, all of the Aes Sedai. They always talk about in the books how the Aes Sedai, while they dress similarly, they all have their own personalities. They're all different ages. They're all from different countries and different cultures and different upbringings, and I think they've done that so well in the show with like some of my favorite costumes have been Aes Sedai costumes specifically.
Oh wow, yeah, no, it's been really amazing, and just kind of, I think it's given everyone personality.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is so cool. Did you see that what they did there with the little window? Oh,
Yeah.
it's just kind of that link with Moraine. Beautiful.
Gorgeous. The one thing that I'm not sure everyone caught in that one scene though, and it took me actually having to go back and look
see
at
it until we were doing our.
She's looking at a picture of Moraine.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
No, it's so it breaks your heart. It's so great. So look at her. She's just like, she's looking at a picture of her boo.
Love
Oh
Lord.
my word. It's
Yeah.
so emotional. Wow. That's beautiful. Gosh.
Sophie is so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah.
Winter's Lady, I love that. She won't live forever, but her work will. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The this scene in particular with Leanne, she gives the best. Hold on, I got a video clip of it.
Yeah,
she gives the best eye roll in I think yet in the series in this scene. I got it. Where did I thought I had it queued up already? Oh, here it is. I named the clip "Bombastic Eye Roll."
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And see you later.
Okay. And done.
Okay.
Just like that. Oh, she's like done. Just done. All right, I'll see you later. I'm done with you.
That's really cool. That's
just
really
hilarious.
Cool. Okay, bye.
Yeah, that is what that face said. She has been one of my favorite Aes Sedai. Like I really hope we get more of her. No, not asking for any spoilers, nothing. I know you probably don't know, but like you don't never nitpicking. We're never doing
that. Yeah, no, she's really cool. Yeah, also just a really cool person too. So you'll get that back.
She was great. I loved her, and she had a really small part in Supernatural, the TV show.
Oh yeah,
she was a demon with Crowley in one of the episodes, and she fought again with a staff. She had a it was a spear, but it's a staff.
Wow, I didn't even know she was in that. I must actually check that out. No, thank you.
It's like a quick scene. It's one of the later seasons. It's when they're in. I think when they go to see Cain, like the Cain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that series.
Such a good. I love Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. They're just God.
It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah. So they made a choice with and we talked about this already. Losing Samael this early, and obviously there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of Forsaken. Having everyone on screen, having everyone in the bullpen to pull out, at all times is expensive, difficult to work with. So, thinning the crowd makes sense for storytelling purposes. It makes sense for economic purposes.
But we don't have to like it.
Yeah, I thought Mo Gideon kind of taking him apart was, it was man epic. Again. That Mo Gideon.
Yep. And see, that's not the creepy part to me. It's the tongue when she's like, "I'm gonna see how I take apart a Forsaken." It's just terrible. It's terrible. Oh.
She really does enjoy herself in that moment.
God, it's awful.
Really does. Oh, she does. Yeah.
Oh, and the absolute the costuming for your fellow Black sisters that in Tanchico is absolutely just phenomenal.
It is so gorgeous, and just how different it is from them being in the White Tower. And Tanchico. It's beautiful. Oh, and Kate, Kate.
Oh God, Kate
just plays Leandrin so well. Oh.
A character I never thought I would say I so greatly enjoy watching and I'm rooting for a little bit. I'm almost rooting for her to kind of come to come back. You know, like I want to see
Oh,
her. I want
that
to see.
moment in the first 11 minutes when I thought they had killed her, I
Oh
was
yeah.
I was so mad. I was livid. I was like, you can't take her away. She has become
Yeah,
just
yeah,
phenomenal.
she's amazing. She there's a layer. She layers her performances. So there's actually sort of there's that layer of, you feel the humanity with her. You know,
Oh yeah.
not just this evil. Beautiful. Ooh,
I love how they made the things grow and shrink too. That was fun.
that is so nice.
The thing that I love that they do, and they did, I think they've been like the whoever's editing it and Rafe and the directors and the writers, obviously they've been doing this for a little while, but I feel like in season 3 it's been it like the obvious, not obviousness of it, but like the comedy like lines that they put in, like the comedy, the comedic breaks
It's really dark moment, and then just like this
comedy,
little
just a little
moment
bit
of
of comedy, just a little bit.
Perfect.
It's usually Bane and Chiad. Like
Yeah.
most often it's Bane and Chiad doing something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
often also it's you know, Matt. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of great scenes, the Hills of Tanchico.
Oh,
I know.
I know. Just awesome.
So good.
Awesome.
We had Nikhil Kopukar, he worked with Lauren as a composer. He actually played the guitar part of the Hills of Tanchico.
No way.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. That is really so cool.
Yeah. The one thing that I've seen a couple of people talk about, we talked about it last night actually with Glenn the Geeky Hippie and Matt Stagger on their channel, and Crystal also brought it up, and I'm curious, I know we usually have a couple of non-book readers and a couple of only show watchers, so if anyone in chat is a show only watcher, I kind of have, this is a question for you. One of the only, and it's not even really a negative thing, but the only negative things that I saw specifically about this episode was like, it was a little confusing for people who didn't really understand what was going on, like, because they jump around often. I didn't feel that, but it's so hard for me to kind of dissect the like my knowledge of what's going on outside of what the show has already told us. But as someone who's been part of the filmmaking side of things, what are your thoughts on like the, like, you know, jumping from scene to scene and from location to location throughout the season 3? Like we see a lot of very new, different locations in these episodes where we go from the White Tower to the World of Dreams to the Isle Waste to the Two Rivers to, you know, to the ocean sometimes with the sea folk. What do you what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it. Look, I mean, I think if you're not a book reader, I think it can be a little bit challenging. But if you've watched everything from season 1 up to season 3, I think you should, by season 3. Well, I think you should actually get used to it in season 1 already and start making the connections and things like that. For me, season 3 was not at all. If I'm thinking about it from the outside, like season 1 might have been a bit confusing because if you're not a book reader, you might get a bit confused with characters and But by season 3, you're like, I think everything has become so. It's very specific, and you know, I don't want to use the word distilled, but I don't think it is confusing. And of course,
I
maybe
didn't see it
it's
either.
a bit difficult for me as well because of being a book reader. But I didn't find it very confusing at all to be jumping from different places. And now because we know all the main characters, you know, and we have to see them in their different environments, we're kind of following them and the different characters and where they're going to. So their journeys, which I think it makes perfect sense. I don't think it's confusing actually. I'm quite.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think so, and I think people, non-book readers, I think they can follow. I think they should be able to follow it.
Yeah. The especially like if you are having trouble following it, especially all the characters. Definitely don't read the books. It's going to be tough. There are 2,700 and some change, or 2,600 and some change named characters. There's over 100 POVs, I think, altogether by the end of the series, or close to 100 POVs. So the show definitely waters that down to make it, easier for sure.
Yeah, I mean, watchable really, because
it wouldn't be watchable if they did it scene for scene. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, you couldn't. I mean,
it would also take way too long.
Yeah. Plus, you'd have a lot of characters just doing this when you'd just hear their voice in their head half the time. So,
I think what they've done beautifully, and I think with all the seasons, but in particular season 3 for me particularly, is it's very cinematic.
Yeah,
it's got it's like watching a movie. Really, it's I don't know. I think it's just taken fantasy television to a completely different level. Like it's just up there. It's honestly, and the production value of this is insane. I mean,
oh yeah.
It takes a year to make this, and just the filming part of it is a year's work. That's not even pre-production or post-production. So this is done like you would do a film, really.
Yeah.
Every episode is just perfectly executed.
Especially. Oh no, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, especially this episode and last episode, like episode 4, episode 7, and episode 8 are like the perfect description is cinematic. The scope of the story of what's going on in the episode and just the actual filmmaking of the episode is at a completely different level.
Yeah, I mean, look at this what's on the screen now. Just this. I mean, it's
gorgeous.
It's really epic.
Yeah, I've lovingly taken to calling the set designer, the production coordinator. His name is Andre. Czech last name with an N that I can't pronounce and recall at the moment, but I call them the Andres because we have the special effects coordinator, who is for those who don't know, the special effects are like practical special effects. So like explosions, things physically breaking on set, not computer generation. That's a different department. And then production coordinator is like the set designers and the people who actually put the sets together. So like that's what we're seeing in these scenes when we see even the desert, even a bare area like this has so much story to it when they show little nuances of things in the background, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and I mean this particular one was actually shot in Cape Town, about an hour or so away from Cape Town. You just have these dunes, these white dunes.
Wow!
It's outside a little tiny little place called Atlantis, just outside of Cape Town, and you wouldn't think. I mean, you'd swear you were actually in the desert.
That's awesome.
That white sand is actually white like that. So
it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's like a powder. Almost. Oh, yeah. Such a fine, awesome sand.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, look at Rosamund here, Moraine. I mean, they look sunburned. I think they actually were sunburned. It was so hot.
God, I can imagine. When did they, what time of year were they filming here? Do you know? The temperature and things like that.
It was actually, let me think. They were here last year. March. March. I think probably. I don't know if they came from Jan, but I think they were definitely here in February and March shooting.
Okay. So it would be warm, for sure.
It gets very, very hot. Very hot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
The costuming too of the Aiel is one of the things I like to call out because they're so individual for each one. There are similarities between them, even in the extras that are in the background, but they do look personal and individual to each character, to each person, to each Aiel, and I really, 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 really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, that's very, very nice.
Oh, and we did miss it before, and I have to apologize. This is specifically for Crystal. I just have to bring this up.
Tom, stop. I have nightmares, okay? It's awful.
That is the face that she makes just before she starts taking Samael apart.
Yeah, look at that. She's like a little girl. She's like a little.
Did you see it?
Child.
She even did it when she handed Leandrin like the cuff for the male Adam. She even just a little bit was like, it is unhinged. It is truly unhinged.
God, I love her so much.
That's beautiful. That's just beautiful character work. I gotta
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely.
Just from an acting perspective.
Anyone who can elicit just that kind of emotion, from someone, it's phenomenal.
Oh yeah. I wonder how much she relishes it, like I feel like personally, like, I've seen interviews with actors that really relish when they get to be like a villain and like really love the response that they get like from people. And then sometimes, people kind of feel bad and like they don't really like to scare people and things like that. But I hope she enjoys it. I really hope she enjoys it.
Yeah, me too. I think part of it as well. I mean, if I just think of because I've played a couple of like really like not nice characters, and if you're playing them well, then people will really not like them. And for me, that's the greatest compliment. If someone says, "Oh, couldn't handle it. It was really awful," and they want to kind of kill the character because they're so evil, and then you've done your job.
Yeah.
So I think for her, she can be really proud of that character. It's just creepy.
Oh yeah. I mean, and like you said when you were talking about how you were imagining Amico is a little unhinged. When you said that, you can really see it specifically in that scene when Nynaeve and Elaine and Zoe and Kira are interrogating Amico. And Joya. When Zoe is like, is this how you want to be remembered? Drop the act like that. Mm-hmm. You get like this look in your eye where it's just like, all right, I'll stop being scared and now I'm just going to be normal. And it was just like, it's like a little twinge of just craziness. And it was evident. It was definitely evident.
There's a little crazy happening there.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like you got to be a little unhinged to want to go over to the shadow, especially as an Aes Sedai, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. And the stuff that she did to her people, her patients.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think she got more and more corrupted as it went along. But initially, my background story for her was initially okay. She's going to the dark side because she never felt a part of, because she was weak and she wanted more power. And people looked down on her and she wanted more. And I think that's why she succumbed in the first place. And then she just got more and more corrupted by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got that like.
I like that.
Well, yeah, especially you become an Aes Sedai, and that's the first time you really learn that like how strong you are in the power is a hierarchy among them, and so that would feel so defeated to be like, yes, I'm finally a sister, and I'm one of the weakest ones.
Yeah, exactly. I mean the one. Yeah.
Rapunzel. I love it.
We don't have any hinges.
I love it.
None here.
No hinges to be seen. We did get our and I'm sure as a fan you were probably also looking forward to our reference to our Mercedes symbol in the Panarch's palace there. This is probably our Mercedes reference. Like, it's not going to be a Mercedes symbol. And we were saying from the beginning, like, whichever car company offers to give Amazon enough money, that's going to be the car symbol that's in the Panarch Palace.
That's really cool. Mercedes is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
If anyone is listening, Mercedes.
Yeah. Just in case anyone wants to, drop any gift bags or promotional things.
Well, I think
here we go.
just needs to send her the ring. You just need your Yellow Ajah ring.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be so cool.
Ugh.
I love the way they made the eel fin look. I never had a good vision in my head, and like, this is the twisted doorway, but I never had a good vision in my head of what the eel fin looked like, because they're so non-human, and in the Wheel of Time there isn't a lot of non-human other than the Ogier, but they still even look, we don't have elves and orcs and gnomes and dwarves like in the Lord of the Rings and other fantasy properties, but these guys, man. Again.
I wonder
Davina,
how much.
Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just saying, I wonder how much Donald saw of this costume before he was in there. Because his reaction, I mean, he's a brilliant actor, obviously, but his reaction when he comes into the room, like, that had to be terrifying. He is towering above you on this, pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot how tall he said he was in these shoes. I have a better shot of them, but he said these shoes were 7 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because when you look at them close, I think Sharon posted something. You can see the shoes from the back, and they just kind of raise up like this. It looks like he's standing on his toes.
Yeah, he is standing on his toes. Actually, yeah. Hold on, I have a better image of him from a profile of him where you can actually see that.
Yeah, Arosa, I knew he was already tall himself before they put him in the 7-inch shoes and the pedestal.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah. So you can, he's up on his toes the whole time. And I actually got to interview him last week. Robert Strange. He said when he walked into the fitting room again, Sharon was there, like you said before, and he was like, he looked right at the boots and was like, "Are those for me?" And she said, "Oh, good. I'm like, are you excited to wear them? Because yes, they are." And he's like, "I want to put them on right now." So, but he said it was difficult to wear them. He's like, in between every scene, I was like, like my legs were like flapping around because it was difficult to wear.
Gotta tell you, I would never make it in those.
Me either.
Right off.
I wondered, his reaction was fantastic when he comes through that doorway.
Yeah. The other thing that Robert told us was that all of this fur on his face is real fur. Like, that's not CG. All of this was laid down with flocking, which for those who don't know, that's where they like statically charge the fur, and it's just individual puffs of fur, and they statically charge it and then rub it on him they had a black glue painted all over his body, and then they rub that on him, and the static charge makes the hair stand up. So
oh my word, that's beautiful.
That's how they got it everywhere. He's covered in the fur. That anything that you can see has fur on it.
Like, I would physically back away from him if he was in my, like, I cannot imagine being in the room with like some of these costumes they've had.
Look at that face.
Fan absolutely could never have been near them. Their armor was terrifying. This guy, no way. I would turn and run.
I absolutely loved.
I have no chill.
Loved it. I can't wait to see. So these were the eel fin with an E. So I'm really excited to see the ale fin with an A.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see them.
What's that? Foxes and
snakes.
What is
snakes?
Yes. Yeah. So what do you do? A snake thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's so cool.
Oh, Alexander Willem, we get it. This is first of all, Balefire looks so cool. I mean, purple. Like, I'll take anything that's purple. I love purple. Purple is my favorite color.
Purple. Yeah, the Balefire is really awesome. And that scene where she just kind of grabs it and then she uses it. Ah! Oh my word!
I did get a little bit of like it felt a little like Ghostbusters, a little like when she was like hold on, where is it? Right there.
When she loses control of it.
When she loses control of it for a second and like goes across the ceiling, I was like, oh, it's like the Slimer moment from Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters movie.
Oh yeah.
But it's gorgeous looking. Like I love the CG of it. And then this part now that we're getting on screen, I loved like, this is something that they never describe in the book. So I don't know if it was completely like thought of for the show or not, but I loved the way they depicted like the balefire unraveling the things that she did. Like it was like, you could see her like this ghostly image of her go back and balefire the ceiling, and the ceiling went back up.
Yeah, that was a really cool. I think that was a really cool way of telling people how balefire actually works.
Exactly.
So without making a big like
exposition, we don't have to make a class.
You see it. That's what it does.
Yeah, a great first a show only watcher. Oh, okay, so this reverses time somehow. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my dad and my parents really are first time watchers, and then my mom is reading the books. My dad is not, and there was a lot about episode 8 that he was like he wanted to talk about and he wanted to unpack, and he needed like some explanation. He instantly got what balefire was supposed to do. He was like, "Oh, it erases everything they just everything they just did."
Oh wow! Well, then I think it was really well executed. Yeah.
You can see Matt in this moment realizing that the costume that the Eilfin is wearing is people. I think like they got the close up where it actually cuts off the Eilfin's head, so it's really just Donald looking at his chest, and he looks at he's focusing on like the shoulder bits where it's like the nose and the eyes and the mouth, and yeah.
Oh, that's freaky. It's just freaky.
Oh, and Robert also did mention that he worked with the director in the moment to try to figure out that voice, like the sounds that he was making were all sounds that foxes make, like the little laughs that they do in catches and breath and things.
Yeah.
I mean,
one thing about all the directors on the show is they are so collaborative. Like they'll because we like rehearse the scenes and so on, and then they'll like as an actor you go and you make an offering in terms of what you think how the character should be, maybe how they react and so on, and then they'll collaborate with you on little things, and you can, and all of them you can just ask them questions, and it just it's a beautiful relationship, and it's just so wonderful. They've all been amazing, all of them, truly.
It's great to hear, because then like that the creative juices that are going into it are so collaborative, and like working together like that, especially on a series that doesn't have like a lot, like obviously Rosamund and Daniel Henney and but it's not like jam-packed full of like major box office AAA Tom Cruise and things like that. It's a lot of actors and crew and like Sharon. This was her first big costuming thing. Sharon Gillan.
Amazing.
Like that's insane. She's so talented. All the talent and collaboration on this show has been absolutely amazing.
It really is, and then I think it's something that I always say this on productions. It comes from the top. It starts with Rafe basically being this beautiful person that just welcomes everyone and is so it's just a beautiful, warm, lovely person, and it just filters down from that, and that influences absolutely everything as well. So, I mean, I had the most incredible experience on the set and with all the people and the crew, and it was just beautiful. Everyone is just so positive and warm, and you know what I mean? It's embracing, and it truly is a reflection of what the Wheel of Time is, which is an embracing of all cultures and people, and that's sort of that whole idea of leaning into the light. And
yes,
it's been amazing, really, truly.
Oh, and speaking of leaning into the light, we're getting our line that we haven't seen, that we didn't hear, for so long, which is, someone can't walk in the shadow so long that they can't come back to the light. I'm sad we didn't get the Ingtar moment in season 2, because that was one of my favorite scenes in the books. And, the actor that they had playing Ingtar looked great. And Rafe actually mentioned in the interview that we did with him that they did film that, but it got cut due to time. But one of the lovely things that I keep telling people about the show is the show has one thing Robert Jordan never had, which is the entirety of the series to pull from the get. You know what I mean? Yep. Like Robert Jordan didn't have that. He had to make it up as he went. Like he couldn't look ahead and pull information and see how characters develop in one way and these characters develop, to be able to mix and match things to make the story still flow. And I think they're doing a wonderful job with it.
Oh, so incredible. Oh, look at that. That's
I know.
Awesome.
Specifically this relationship between Leandrin and Nynaeve. Oh God, I love this relationship. I can't wait to see how it develops further, especially after this scene.
Yeah. Develops, deteriorates.
Oh, look at that look in her eyes, as in, oh, that is. Yeah. Look, you can see when she shuts off. Like, because I think she felt something for Nynaeve, but she thinks feelings make her weak.
Yep,
so there it is. Look in her eye. Look at and
then it's gone.
This woman, as this actress, is so beautiful.
So lovely. Beautiful. She's so good.
Yeah, she's amazing. Ooh.
It sounded like when Leandrin was telling Nynaeve, like, I don't care, I didn't care about my son, like I should have drowned, blah blah. Like her trying to convince herself, more than she was trying to convince Nynaeve.
Yeah, for sure.
My heart did stop for a second at this part, right here.
Oh yeah,
this was my heart stopped for a half a second.
Well, I kept thinking, like Rafe talking about, there's going to be some deaths that gut you. You just have that playing, and what's he going to do?
Yeah. What's he going to do? He kept telling us to gird our loins, and I was like,
yeah.
Such a beautiful scene, though. I thought this was so powerful, and obviously, I'm not a woman, but like I felt like this was better than having to have Lan be part of it. Like this is all. Zoe.
Yeah.
This is all Nynaeve. She didn't need any influence outside of it other than from herself and the what she drew from her memory of her daughter.
Yes. It was beautiful that they brought that in, actually. The daughter relationship. Oh, and then
I love this part where you can actually see there's a spot here. You can see like the little weaves that are swirling around on her clothes, drying her off as she walks up the thing. I love the little attention to detail they have there.
I mean, come on, it's beautiful. This guy is like, just the VFX on this is insane.
Yeah, you could see like the wisps of water coming off of her as she dries herself off. Oh, God.
I thought it was like steam. She like heated it.
Or that. Yeah, could be that too. Yeah.
Oh, I just look at her. I mean, look at her face. She's just so happy.
So good.
And then the vulnerability that she shows in there, the character's vulnerability. It's just so.
That's one thing I've been saying about everybody in this cast, including you. Like the facial acting, like you don't even have to say anything. You don't have to make any sound. It doesn't even matter. Just what everyone just does with their face is just so powerful. Like you said, Kate Fleetwood, just whatever she does, she hardens around her eyes. She tightens her jaw a little bit. She shuts herself off, and you can see that in the moment. And Zoe too, like you said, she's excited about, she broke her block, but she's also displaying that vulnerability in it too, and a little bit of worry about the collar probably.
A little bit. Oh my word, there's a lot of layers. It's beautiful.
Speaking of layers, I'd like to see some less layers on Daniel Henney.
Anytime.
he's a gorgeous man. And we did get to see his gorgeous backside in season 1. So I'll just always have that close to myself.
He is beautiful. Oh my word, gorgeous.
This is an addition. So there's a lot of show additions that I really enjoy. Yes, butt rock. Hashtag butt rock. That I really enjoy. So specifically the one in this scene is like this right here. Like this, there being some sort of detriment to breaking your dark oaths. And I will say, Amico was like, "I'll never break my dark oath." She held that right to the end. So she was a ride or die for the dark one.
Yeah, no, she knew. I think she also just knew that this would happen to her.
Probably.
I mean,
hey, listen. At least if I die, I might be able to get reborn. If I break the oath, I'm
nothing going on. I think she's a skinny cat. So there was, yeah. But you know what? Coming in that where she says, "I'll never betray my sisters," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That whole thing. I think she felt her sisterhood more with the Black Ajah because I think she just felt more she fit in there than with the others.
Like the almost like the the rejects or the others. There's like there's a TV show where it's like, I forgot the name of it. They name themselves something like that. They're like the others or the Yeah. I felt that too. I definitely felt that too. I was one of those in middle school and things like that.
Yeah. You're kind of a little bit of an outsider.
Yeah. Also a great movie and book.
Oh, The Outsiders. Yeah.
The Outsiders.
We are such nerds.
It's true. It's very true.
You need to recite the poem? I'll do it right now, you guys.
Just stay golden.
Nature's first screen is gold. Yeah.
Yep. Here's a conversation. There's 2 conversations that Moiraine has in the season that I'm like, this is the conversation she should have had in the books, and this is one of them.
That's one of those beautiful, beautiful scenes. Truly.
Yeah.
Oof.
It almost like it kind of feels like Luce Theron might be whispering in Yosha's ear here, because he's very, like the Rand, his portrayal of Rand in the end of this episode is very put together. He's very confident. Yeah.
Very
and it feels Luce Theron-y.
Yes.
Can be.
It does. And look at this. Yeah, just he's so still. Beautiful stillness about him. Yeah. And then this Rosamund Pike. She just
you and Rapunzel.
Emotion.
Yeah.
And obviously, Rosamund. Oh God.
Oh, this woman's acting.
I know.
Look at it, these tears just kind of well up inside of her. She's just.
And just like the very subtle movements of the parts of her face, she was just like it was
like around
so
her
subtle,
eyes.
but it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
The and then obviously the other conversation was her and Lan when they were sharing the Usquai in episode 5 or 6 or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. Was very nice.
Yeah. But I always felt like Moiraine in the books, like she cheated Lan a little bit in not trusting him to tell him the truth of what was coming, in that she would think that he would just her rationale was that she thought he would just run away to the Blight and go fight until he died, thinking like, oh, he's going to abandon literally the fight to save the world. Like, I felt like she kind of cheated him there, and that they should have had that conversation in the books.
Yeah.
Oh God, another fantastic cast. Like the casting agent for this series is just brilliant, because oh my God, everyone is amazing.
Yeah.
Mira Sayal as Varen. Oh God,
beautiful. Just beautiful.
I can't imagine anyone else better playing anyone. in this. Everyone has just been so great.
Yeah, I gotta say, because I mean, like they've made a lot of effort with the casting. I mean, if you think about how many people are actually auditioned for just one role, they go through so many, and they actually make sure they get the perfect person for everyone, which is beautiful. I mean,
Especially how many characters there are. I can only imagine how much, like, they must just never stop casting. You're just constantly there
yeah,
casting for the Wheel of Time.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, KVH is definitely amazing. Kelly Valentine, her team, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yay! Definitely special BAFTA. Definitely.
Oh yeah. I'm like, if Wheel of Time does not get nominated for something this season, there's a I don't even know what to say. Like, it's got to be there's a hit out on them then to keep them out,
I mean,
because
costuming, cinematography, the
set
music,
design,
the set
makeup.
design, none of it.
Yeah,
It's something.
yeah. Special effects, hair and makeup,
Yeah.
everything. Actually, I mean, we're not even.
I mean,
yeah.
like you said, they've raised it. This, oh god, yeah, this scene.
Oh
Look
my
at her
word.
face. Look at Shorei's face. Oh god.
Woo. Oh,
Mm.
this is such a heartbreaking scene.
It's so hard. Shorei's face in that moment.
Look
Where,
at her.
when
Look at her.
she's
The lip. Look at
yeah. She's so good.
But I would have never imagined this is how you become stilled. The way
Yeah.
that they depict this, the energy getting out.
It's ripped out of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and the idea of there still being a wound to heal, like a cut, still makes sense, because she was pierced by all of those shards of air, so that you could still see that, like, and that's always the description in the book, and I could still see it in that. And then obviously, just she's so powerful that the power exiting her should look kind of magnificent like that, I feel like. And then just clean up the mess,
Take them away.
clean it up, take them away. Like,
Sure.
I know.
It's just being dragged. That's just so not right.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
I never know if I'm reading too deeply into it or not, because we're Wheel of Time fans and that's what we do. But I always felt like, for Liandrin specifically, especially after we found out everything about her, she's basically been Black Ajah from the get. She was a dark friend as a child. Yeah. So she's been playing a character of Liandrin since the moment she joined the tower. And I felt like when she was in Tanchico and she had like that big frizzy hair, and she was in her very different dressing than she ever wore, and that she's different now even, that was more the true Liandrin. And here we're getting this version of her that she's trying to make herself be, like, even with her hair, like her hair is flatter. It's more intricately designed, like, and even the side that doesn't have all of the product and like flatness, it's not as frizzy and free as it was before. It's still tight curls. It feels like she's trying to put on another persona to be the forsaken Lanfear. I mean, Liandrin. She wants to be. That's who she wants to try to be.
Yeah. That's a very good point, actually. And I mean, just kind of amazing that you noticed that with the hair being different. And you're right. I think I must agree with that. It's really cool.
Validation for my nonsense. It feels good. It does feel good. Oh God! Speaking of hair, and costume, and set design, this is a little gory for my for.
Okay, but this just still bugs me less than the tongue.
It's true.
Bugs you less than the tongue. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is amazing. I mean,
this is
that was a quick shot.
Yeah.
Oh, the special effects on this is insane.
Absolutely insane. For anyone who's
just the casualness with which Ruffine and Lanfear are just like, oh, well, okay.
No shits. Zero shits. They
zero. Yeah.
I mean, when you read... Yeah, sorry, yeah?
No, you go ahead.
No, I mean, when you read some of this dark stuff, in the books itself. It's freaky, and then you see this, it's like, oh, okay.
All right, well, there it is.
Like, it's gruesome, but
Yeah.
it's so gruesome that you can't get into it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because it's like
Obviously, I'm
it's so
wildly-
unreal. It's so over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm wildly partial, but can you guys think of any other show that has done the villains so well? I mean, from the Shan to Eamon Valda to, I mean, all of the villains in this series are incredible, and you are wildly invested in hating them. I can't think of any other series that has made you love to hate the villains so much.
Gideon's art
Art installation.
I don't even. What is this? We got to think of a name for it now, like Samael, Inside Out. I don't know.
That's crazy. That's so gruesome.
See, but Glenn, I don't think Game of Thrones did as good of a job on the villains.
Yeah, you know what it is?
Did.
Yeah, because the villains there are no like, the only nuanced villain in Game of Thrones was Cersei, and I think our blonde-headed ruthless queen that we got out of Morgaze is better.
Oh
to
yeah,
tell you so far. Ah.
Oh my word! Oh, this is beautiful. Oh,
the last time, as a book reader, the last time we saw a dome of the One Power surround this many Aiel, good things didn't happen to them.
yeah.
Do might as well. Sorry.
Oh Lord! Oh,
Couladin. I love the aerial shots that we get of the Aiel here, like how many there are.
yeah.
Just the confidence with which he was walking down the rocks right there. That was not Rand. He would not be that.
So you're saying it's a whole nother Rand?
Tom, you're cut off. It's 15 and a half. 15 and a half Rands. That's it.
We counted in episode 4. Yosha played 15. I said 16. She gave me half. She gave me half. And it was because I counted Rand going into Ruidian and Rand's coming out of Ruidian as two separate Rands.
Okay. But kind of, I mean, yeah, you kind of, because he does come out of there completely changed. With the dragon.
Okay, Tom. Only because Zenobia says it.
Thank you, Crystal.
He's just so much more confident too, and he seems. Oh, the tattoos look so cool. He's like Rand season 1 and even most of season 2 Rand until the end. Like I couldn't see him saying, "I am your Karn. I am the Dragon Reborn." Like I couldn't see him saying those things. But Rand, when he came out of the Ruidian, he was ready. Like that was like he's starting his path to. Oh God, here we go.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, this.
Yeah. So Rafe did say in his little Q&A that he did on a couple days ago that this isn't the last we're going to see of Suan. So it's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm sure there'll be a ton of flashbacks and things like that. The idea of maybe there being a hero of the horn spot for her would be interesting. But honestly, one of my biggest gripes about the book series, like the main portion of the books, was it didn't feel like it cost much with the characters. Not enough people died. Like in my opinion, like not a lot of the main characters died throughout the series to feel like it had a cost.
Yeah.
Where Loyal dying and Suan now, like it really, the cost is starting to add up, and like the effects that it's going to have on the characters will build, and I think it's just from a literary point of view and from a writing point of view, I think it's just more powerful.
Yeah. It makes it so real that there is a cost, and you kind of feel it, but this is this performance, and then how they intercut between the two of them. Ooh, wow.
Definitely Arosa.
It's like a Greek tragedy, like
yeah. Oh God, yes. I love how this works too. I love how this. Here's something that Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings and none of them ever did. Having these amazing magic battles, like I obviously I one power, I know, but I'm saying like we never got these like amazing battles. Like I get it, the whole storyline with the Ainur and like what the wizards are in the Lord of the Rings, like they're not meant to do magic and they're not meant to help that much. But whatever, like all Gandalf does is have a flashlight. Like that's all he ever does.
Yeah.
He's got a flashlight.
He
the whole time.
Fireworks. Sells some fireworks.
Yeah, but that's not magic. That's technology.
What I'm wondering is at the time they made, say, Lord of the Rings, they would have had probably less available technologically than what we have now. Yeah. I'm just wondering if that played into it, you know.
Maybe, yeah. Well, from the side of like the lore, like Gandalf isn't meant to do a lot of magic, and even in the Song of Ice and Fire books, there isn't a lot of magic. It just isn't.
Yeah.
So like that's the uniqueness that Wheel of Time has is having that. It's not over the top and silly. Like it has a hard. It's what people call like a hard magic system. There's rules. It's not just magic. Like, oh, how are we going to fix this problem? Magic. Like no, there's rules and things like that and limitations to it, but it's there and it's so wonderfully done, especially after, you know, all of the snafus with COVID in season 1 when we finally got and Rafe, I can't wait. I want to talk to him about it, but like within the first 5 minutes of episode 1, we were like, just show a weave. It doesn't matter. Just, we got the Brita filter weave right off the bat in season 2. Like it was like, it doesn't matter. It's still awesome. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Oh,
it's very cool. I mean,
yeah. The way they've depicted channeling in this has just been gorgeous. Like, and someone who got to channel. This is so cool. Like, how awesome was that? It looked great. I love the hand motions. I love how they do it. And like I said before, I'm just so glad to hear that much attention gets put into the backside of it too.
Yeah. They pay attention to everything.
I try.
Choreographer Scarlett is there all the time.
I love it.
The language, like every character's accent and everything. Like I did
the dialect.
I mean, I was going to do like a proper British accent, you know, and then this no, keep your own accent because of the different cultures. And so everything is checked. Everything is. Okay. All the words, different words.
We know where Amico's from, but like, so you're from Cape Town, South Africa. Where do you think, like, so, you know, they said keep your own accent. Where do you think that culture would fit best in the Wheel of Time, like, map? Where would you put that?
It's a very interesting question. A word.
Put you on the spot there a little bit.
Help me. That's she's definitely not from a place like Tanchico. She'd probably be maybe still there.
Okay.
Okay.
Like we know where the character's from, but I'm talking about like like Cape Town, like your culture, your area. Where would that fit? Where do you think Cape Town would fit within the Wheel of Time? Like your own. Like Cape, like yeah. Where do you think? Where could you see that in the Wheel of Time?
I think Cape Town would be like Camelin almost.
Okay.
I would put it. Yeah, or is it Kyrene?
Kyrene,
maybe.
Yeah.
Or Kyrene.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. What do you think? Have you been to Cape Town?
I have not been to Cape Town, sadly.
Okay, you should come.
I want to. I only got to leave the like most people from the US. I haven't gotten to leave the US a whole lot. Last year I did go to a Wheel of Time convention actually in Prague, which was a lot of fun. So MalkirCon, which was a ton of fun. But that was my first trip out. We did go all over Europe though. We went everywhere. Because I was like, we're capitalizing on this. Oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This I have many screenshots of this fight because oh man, I loved the way this looked.
Oof.
Absolutely loved the way this looked.
Yeah.
These
Did you see?
fireballs.
Was it Daniel Henney that just posted some of the behind the scenes? I can't remember who posted it, but they posted a lot of the behind the scenes shots for them filming that scene.
Yeah.
That battle scene.
Just so freaking gorgeous. Yeah, I'll check it out and pull them up so that we can look at those too. I love the way they make the true power look here too. Looks so cool.
Ooh, yeah. Just as bands of black. It's like, same.
It's very especially hold on, where is it? These are them. These shots are very like yin and yang, dark and light, black and white, like with the lightning and the true power like fighting each other in these scenes. I love the way the cinematography and just the CG in these scenes are gorgeous.
It's insane. And just I mean the sand, you can see the sand coming up. It just all works so beautifully.
Yeah. They did such a great job with the consistency of that. Yeah.
Oh. Look at that.
Yeah, this was one of my favorites right here. This of right here. This one is just she looks
so evil.
So cool. So cool. Here we go. I know, Sophie. Oh my God, I defy you, Elida. God, and you can see in. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. And there's like, that's what I'm saying. Marvel, who, what? Endgame? I don't. This is a better fight. This was a better fight. It looks like for a second, Elida is almost like, oh shit, we made a mistake.
Oh yeah, you see it in her face.
Yeah. Might have made a mistake here, except yeah. Oh God. The anguish that Rosamund. Oh my God. I don't want to know what she's thinking about.
Yes.
That's such a that shot is so powerful.
I'm so glad we didn't have to see that. Like that we didn't actually see that.
Yeah.
You don't need to. It's better that we didn't. Like it's worse that we didn't, because like what we see in our heads is always going to be worse.
Yeah.
Look at her pulling all that power into Sakarnan. Lanfear is scared.
There's no power like rage. I mean, you know.
And love
rage, because of how, yeah.
Lost.
Like she has nothing left to lose.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow. This is just an incredible thing. This is the tragedy of it, really. This love and
yeah. And then we get to see this shot for half a second when Lanfear goes into the portal.
Oh,
Zenobia, do you have any thoughts on where she went? Where do you think that portal took Lanfear? Do you have any ideas?
I think she went. I mean, she must have gone to the Teleron Road.
Teleron Road.
Always said road.
I could see that. I could see like her jumping into the world of dreams in the flesh to protect herself. That would be interesting.
I think she did.
Yeah, there's something going.
You can go into the world of dreams in the flesh.
Yeah, and I feel like she would definitely manifest herself a very intricate looking palace to live in. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosamund! Look at just oh God, she can finally like let it out now that she can, that Lanfear's gone. She doesn't have to fight anymore. And also Yosha, just these scenes with him and the CG with him, also fucking fantastic. Excuse me, but it really was. Oh, God.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
These shots with these aerial shots right here, specifically this one, is just so cool. Which is what we just saw, but like look how many Aiel there are, and that's not even all of them. There's still what was it? 3 clans missing, 3 whole clans, and this isn't even all of those clans. Like, oh God, I can only imagine.
Actually, incredible.
Oh, okay. A street in Tarvalon. Okay, all right. We got to check it out.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
They're setting up obviously our season 4 arcs, hopefully. We have Fail and Bane and Chiad and whoever they conscript to chase the White Cloaks with Perrin.
Oh, yeah, Perrin was down in that mass somewhere.
Yeah. And the Sea Folks, the only person we didn't get on the Sea Folk ship was Tom. There was no Tom in that shot.
Yeah.
See right there, that's not right. That was not him.
That wasn't Rand.
That was not Rand.
I definitely see that too. Like I see what you're saying for sure.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. You get that.
When he makes this face right here. Hold on. So like I feel like Egwene almost kind of sees it, you know? But yeah.
Well, I'm sure she's like, oh God, is he mad already?
Yeah.
It almost looks like there's you see kind of like around him.
Yeah.
Like there's a shadow behind him, you know what I mean? Like, and it's humanoid shaped.
Sure.
Yeah.
Again, just his face, just so good. So good.
I mean, he's like a serious reader of these books. I mean, just in terms of studying the character, I think he's done a phenomenal job of just
absolutely embodying all the different versions of Rands that we've gotten. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to point out about this scene, which is, I know it's a little anticlimactic here, but there's a lot of White Cloaks. Yep. I did a rough count. They're standing in 10 by 10, so that's 100 per group. And there's like, I think 17 or 18 groups I counted. 1, 2, 3.
I think there's at least 15 to 17 you can see.
14, 15. There's 17 or 18 little groups of 10 by 10s. So if that's all together, that's almost 2,000 White Cloaks. That's a lot of White Cloaks for them to be chasing.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. It's gonna be so cool. I really hope they renew this.
Yeah, renew Wheel of Time. What's the hashtag that we're using? Renew what? Hashtag renew WOT. Like that's the hashtag that we're using for Renew What. Please share the hashtag. Share all of the content creator stuff that's talking about episode 8, like and the season, and just let's yell it from the mountaintops. And make sure to keep streaming it, because we got to keep that stream running. We need that stream count time so that, all of the people, the execs at Amazon get their numbers that they want and all that nonsense. So
thank you. But I mean, you guys are doing such amazing work to really get it out there and getting people excited, and all the work you guys are doing it's amazing. It's amazing. Truly.
We barely have to try to get people excited. It's really just focusing the excitement in a direction. This is what we try to do.
Yeah. No, that would be really cool. And I mean, I'd love it if
yes, make sure to go and follow. You have to be following Zenobia already if you're watching our stream right now. But if you're not already following her on Instagram and all this stuff, please go and follow her everywhere. Especially for you post fantastic stuff, but also there's a ton of awesome behind the scenes Wheel of Time photos that you've posted that I don't want to share because I want people to go and look at them. I had it kind of queued up where we can look at a couple of them, but no, I want people to go look and go to your page and follow you to see them.
Thank you so much. I've got a lot more coming, just from sort of behind the scenes stuff and stuff in the streets of Prague and what. So
that's so cool.
There's some really cool things.
Prague is a beautiful city. I'm so jealous that you guys got to spend so much time there, and oh God, it was so beautiful. We were only there for a couple of days, but it was a really beautiful city. Yeah. Yes, it is 5 a.m. for Zenobia right now. We got to get her to bed, which is why I wanted to get the episode started, because it was over an hour episode, which I am not upset about because I want as much time as possible. But okay. So
I'm not faced with the time, by the way. I did sleep early and then to get up again to do this. So
we appreciate that. I can't tell you how
I had
much.
No idea.
like everyone, please, yes, thank you so much. Like everyone is saying in chat, like thank you so much for doing this. You know, this has been just so much fun, and we're not done yet. So don't don't go running away yet. We're not done, but I just want to make sure you know how thankful we are that you did this, because we really are.
Come on, the fan in me is going.
So is the fan in us. It's fine.
It's true. It's very true. I keep myself composed most of the time, but it's the squeeze is happening deep within me, for sure. One of the other things that I have to mention though is which I forgot to do before we did the episode was, so Zenobia, what this rewatch thing kind of birthed from was preparation for season 2. We rewatched season 1, and then a lot of our viewers were like, hey, why don't you keep doing this? I'm having a ton of fun with this. And actually one person specifically was like, I don't have a lot of nerd friends around here, and this was like watching TV with my friends. And I was like, all right, well, it looks like we're going to keep doing this forever now, because this one person said that. So we've done actually a lot of TV shows. We've done The Mandalorian and The Last of Us and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah. So one of the things that we've started doing though, in between when we finish one show and we start a new one, is a movie night. So on our social medias, we had the movie, like what should we watch for our movie night, which is next week. And I forgot to announce the winner before. So the winner for our movie night and what we will be watching next week, which was overwhelmingly voted, 50, almost 60% of the people voted for, was Galaxy Quest, which is such a good movie. I love this movie so much.
You just had to throw the year on there, Tom. 1999.
Yes. 1999. I did. 26 years ago.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Outstanding choice. Outstanding.
Yeah, thank you. The other movies were Death Becomes Her with Bruce Willis and Goldie Hawn, Meryl Streep, Uncle Buck with John Candy, just one of my favorite movies as a kid, and Damsel, I forgot her name, the girl from Stranger Things. What's her name? Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
No, maybe. Yeah. Okay. It's like a fantasy movie, and she's the damsel, but she's not in distress. She's rescuing herself and other people, and like she kills the dragon and stuff. But everyone voted for Galaxy Quest. But yeah, so I'm excited to watch Galaxy Quest.
Tom, is it on Pluto? Is that?
Yes. So I believe that's streaming for free on Pluto. So Pluto is like a free movie and television website. It has commercials built into it, so we'll get commercials, but whatever. It also has a watch party platform built into it, so that's pretty cool. It wasn't available streaming anywhere else. That was the only place it was available to stream, other than purchasing it like through Amazon or something like that. So it wasn't like available for free anywhere. So Pluto is
Monique just handed me that now.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's so amazing. Hi, Monique.
She said hi.
Hi. This is great. See, this is why you're a super nerd. It's fantastic.
Age of DVDs.
Oh God, yes. I still got all my DVDs. I ain't get rid of those.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that. That's wonderful. Such a great movie too. Like all of the Star Wars actors, all the old Star Wars actors, like Leonard Nimoy and Shatner and everybody, were like that movie is like the perfect convention movie. Like that movie, like the way they depict the convention in the beginning of that movie and at the end of the movie is perfect. Like it is exactly correct. And as someone who's been to a ton of conventions, I think so too, but not from the side of the convention that they were on. So them saying that is 100% more valid than me saying that, but I definitely agree.
Oh, that's so perfect. I mean, Tim Allen was really cool in this. I mean, yeah.
He's really funny. Alan Rickman, like, oh my God.
I love him so much.
Oh.
I have the sads a little bit because Alan Rickman, but like,
I mean, he's just amazing. He was just amazing.
Then
Oh, my God.
I will, and I have it ready, but we're going to post it after we do our Inside the Dragon Mount studio interview with Zenobia. The poll for what show are we gonna watch next? But we'll do that in a minute. First, for those who, for anyone new that's in chat or watching, one of the things that we started doing a while ago now. It's been I don't even know how many shows ago we started doing this.
A lot.
I wanted to kind of throw the episode back to the guest at the end of the episode, and I thought a fun way to do that was an interview, like a small little interview. And James Lipton, Inside the Actor Studio, is a show that started in I want to say the early 90s and ran into the early 2000s or the mid 2000s. And James Lipton was the acting teacher at Juilliard, which is if you don't know what Juilliard is, Google it. It's one of the foremost art schools, music and acting and dance in the world. And he would have, the audience was his current year's acting class, and he would interview hundreds of actors, all different actors. And if you want to look up any episodes, the Robin Williams episodes or the Anthony Hopkins episodes are fantastic. But his interviewing style I always loved. And at the end of each episode, even though it was a massive interview, he would do another mini interview where he asked a set of specific questions. He would ask the same questions to every person that was on the thing. So we started doing that. We blatantly stole a few of the questions, but they're pretty simple questions. And I give him all the props, and Inside Actor Studio all the props. But some of them we kind of rethemed for our own little fun purposes. So, and thankfully, Zenobia graciously accepted to do our little fun little interview. So hold on, we're very professional here. So hold on. Welcome, Zenobia.
Welcome. I feel like I need to put another costume on. In the studio now.
By the way, I've resisted this. Well, you're gorgeous anyway, so it's fine. I've resisted this entire time. I want to be like an Aiel and just call you Zenobia Kloppers every time yes, Zenobia Kloppers. Every time I address you, because I just love saying your name. It's so much. It makes me smile when I say it, and not just because it's fun to say, but because then I think of you and your performance, and then all of the things that we've been seeing, and now I have this memory to also draw on, which is great. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
But I have to put your feet to the fire now with these questions. So I hope you're ready. What is? You ready? Okay. What is your favorite dinosaur?
Okay, I knew this was coming. I've watched your other programs. So I haven't thought about dinosaurs in a while. So I had to go and look up and see what is my favorite dinosaur. And I have chosen Triceratops.
Okay.
It's so popular. That's such a popular dinosaur.
It is quite popular because I think it's because of the frill. Frilly thing.
Yeah.
And the horns. And they're vegetarian. So, non-violent kind of thing. But they were perfect.
Yeah, but don't mess with them because they got them horns.
Exactly. And they were they were a good match for the T-Rex. And they just look really cool, I think. I like the frill.
They are also my favorite dinosaurs. So
it was Sarah from Land Before Time. That will always be my Triceratops.
Yeah. You're in good company.
Oh my word! With Three's Company now. Oh wow! How did I do it? The BTS.
The little one. Yeah.
All right. So, what is your favorite word?
Okay. It is actually an Afrikaans word.
Okay.
And we must try this with me now, though. Lekker. Lekker. It means nice. But the word has this kind of thing where you go, lekker. Can you do that?
Ooh.
With an
I
L?
can't do.
It's Lekker.
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 Because it just
Gosh,
kind of
it's
rolls
almost
off your
like
tongue.
purring.
It does.
Yeah. Like you just go, instead of saying, oh, that's nice, you go like, oh, it's lekker.
Ah,
I
I
like
love
it.
it.
I love it.
Okay, what is your least favorite word?
Tricky one because I'm a word person, so I kind of love words. But I think the word whore is quite offensive because of how it, depicts women and the negativity, the negative connotation to that
Yeah.
word. You
Yeah.
call someone a whore, and it's like there's no, and it's normally associated with a woman and not a man.
Oh,
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
Words like that are associated with women and not with men. The equivalent of a whore for a man would be something else, like, oh, what a
It
stud.
would be a positive word. Yeah, it would be a positive word. Yeah.
Yeah, stud or Casanova, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the words that I'm like, it's because of the connotation for women and it's so negative.
Agreed.
Yeah, very much. Is there an everyday sound that you love?
The sound of a coffee machine grinding coffee beans.
Yes.
It's the only way I survive the day. The only
Yes.
I know. And do you prefer the coffee beans or do you like
We grind
instant?
our own beans. Yes.
until I had a small child, and now there's no time for that. So now we
That's
have
fair.
a Keurig, but before that we always used a French press, and I miss it so much.
Oh my gosh. You should do like once a week, like an
Mhm.
hour for yourself or half an hour. And
Yep.
just go like, oh, my time, my coffee time, French
Mhm.
press. The
See,
world. Bye-bye.
This is a person that respects coffee like I respect coffee. Yes.
Mhm.
I enjoy that. Yes.
I know. Thank you. Like, twin souls and what. Go.
So, is there a sound, an everyday sound that you don't like?
If constant dripping water
Mhm.
drives me absolutely nuts.
Okay.
Like if a tap isn't closed properly, I don't know if it irritates anyone else, but it's like
Mhm.
As someone who does carpentry and construction, yes, dripping water is not a sound that I like to hear. I bust out my wrenches and am tightening faucets if that starts to happen.
Yeah, and this one time, it was a while back, there was a because we live in a big sort of old building, very very old building, and one of the apartments, like a lot of the people there only like they'll be 6 months in the UK and 6 months here and whatnot. So this one apartment didn't have anyone in it, but the geyser had broken or something, and all night long there was just this.
Mm-mm.
It's just the most. I mean, if you want to torture someone,
Yeah.
that's a real form of torture for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
I
the
picture
dripping
myself
water.
becoming oh my gosh, what was his name from The Shining? Where he's like, here's Johnny trying to
yeah.
get in to turn that off. I cannot. I will turn other noise up louder to cover that sound up. Like I will
Yeah,
turn
for
up a
sure.
fan. I will turn up something else to make that sound go away.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was even. Yeah, no, it didn't go away. It was like it was torture, absolute torture.
I mean, the dripping water is literally a form of torture. Yeah. The Chinese water torture.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so do you have a favorite curse word or a fantasy sci-fi replacement curse word?
Okay, favorite curse word. I do like what they do in Wheel of Time with the blood and ashes. That's. I mean, I think everyone kind of loves that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very original with that. And yeah, again, because I'm Afrikaans speaking. My favorite Afrikaans. My favorite swear words are probably in Afrikaans.
I'm always interested in learning new
Mhm.
curse words. So
You'll appreciate, you'll appreciate this one because I've heard you say it a lot in English. Fuck it, which is basically fuck it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my favorite. But speaking of different languages, I when I was in Prague, the concierge at the Prague thingy at the hotel we were staying, she taught me the word for, because she would always ask, "How are you?" And I learned how to ask, "How are you?" And I had something well in Czech. And I said to her, "But how do you say like it's it's going crap?" And she goes, "No hovana, no hovana." So like I'm like, "No hovana." That's what's going crap.
I love it.
That's fantastic. Okay. Now these next questions will be kind of like it doesn't have to be Wheel of Time oriented for all of them. The first two I will specifically ask like the Wheel of Time origin, but the others will just be any fantasy property, any fictional property that you want. But the first two, like I said, are Wheel of Time. So in general, who do you think from the Wheel of Time television show, since that's what we're watching, or what we just finished watching, would make a good roommate?
Without a doubt, Moraine.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because she's never there.
Yeah. But she probably pays her rent on time. So
Yes.
She's rich. She's rich.
That's money.
She's rich.
And she's never there.
So you kind of like have the space to yourself, Oh,
So
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, yeah. That's you.
She is that's genius. Perfect.
Okay, so in that same vein, who from the Wheel of Time television show would make the very worst roommate?
For me, I think it would probably be. I was gonna say Matt, but everyone says Matt, and then I thought, well, McGideon would probably be the worst.
Yep.
You wake up with a hand in your mouth.
Oh, I could not. The tongue's sticking out. I can't do it. I can't.
I know. I mean, you wake up in the middle of the night and it's like, why are you staring up at me?
Or you would put like 10 locks on your door. You'd have the deadbolt and the chain and the one that went in and the little alarm that stops the door. Oh yeah.
Oh my word! You thought of this, Crystal. You thought of this in detail. Yeah.
Yes, because stop it. It really bothers me. Oh, it is like, do you know that sound of like for some people it's nails on the chalkboard, but that it gives you like a physical reaction in your body when you hear it, like you're tense between your shoulder blades, you feel it, and you're just, that's what her tongue does to me. I feel this like it is just disturbing on another level. It's so scary. It's awful.
I know, that's
And Tom thinks it's hilarious. So
oh no, he just did it again.
This one's a video though.
God.
Sorry. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop. Okay. Where were we? We got who's the worst roommate. Gideon, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. As much as I love her. Okay, so have you ever had a crush on a fictional character, or can you recall like your first crush on a fictional character, like a book you read or a TV show you watched or a cartoon as a kid or something like that?
What you guys? I can't remember because I know I was really young. I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, but there was a program. I don't know if guys know this. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do you remember? Do you know that show?
Oh yeah.
There was one of the guys in there that his hair was like blonde and parted and was gorgeous. And my little 6, 7-year-old, I don't know how old I was very young, and I just loved this guy. I mean, I think that was my first TV crush.
I have a little bit of a crush now because that was a beautiful. Your voice is gorgeous. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank
saying
you.
the opposite.
Good job, Aaron. Yeah.
I don't know that one. Can you sing it again? That's just my wife crying. Ah, God. Thank you. Okay, so
Okay.
no, you're up. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So if you were given the opportunity to assume a job or align with a group from fiction like the Aiel or a Jedi or an Aes Sedai, like from any realm of fiction, what would you
Or a
join?
science officer.
Or science, yeah, wherever.
Oh my word. So definitely I would be a cultural officer, or what do you call it, on Star Trek?
Okay.
Like or Star Trek, anything really. Honestly.
No, the cultural officer thing is great.
Mhm.
Like they play with those a lot on. Have you? And it's come up in chat a bunch. I saw a bunch of people kind of asking about it before, and I forgot to bring it up before. The lower decks. Have you seen that?
I haven't actually watched everything. I've seen some of it. Yeah.
It's like it's a cartoon of
Yeah.
Star Trek, but it's like the characters that are like on the lower decks, like the
Yes.
like the underbelly of the ship, and it's very comedic and it's very good and it's hilarious. And they there's a couple of episodes where they play with. There's a culture officer there specifically trying to handle some alien race that if they get embarrassed, they duplicate. So they have to keep them from being embarrassed or keep them from doing anything awkward. And it's a really funny episode.
On the topic of that, in is it in Strange New Worlds or Picard? And I think it's Strange New Worlds. They actually have a crossover episode with Lower Decks.
Lower Decks. Yeah. It's Strange New Worlds. Yeah.
Oh,
genius. So great.
brilliant.
I love that they did. And they made it a whole nother dimension too. It's so funny. It's so funny. I love that. I love when they do stuff like that because you can really tell that people that are and this again, this is like what you talked about before with the Wheel of Time. You can tell that people that enjoy the property are on the creative side of things and making what we're seeing. And it comes through when they do things like that. And you can just tell that they're having such a good time with it. And it was again evident in Wheel of Time as well. So
for sure. Beautiful.
And then, it's my turn. My bad. Okay, so then our final question. I'm
really
just so
good at
distracted
this.
because your answers
know.
are so amazing, and I'm just so excited.
Like as much as you're excited, it's truly just inside. We're sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, we're talking to Amico. We're talking to an Aes Sedai. Like it's surreal. We're so happy."
Okay.
It's
So,
really cool for me too.
is there any specific portrayal of what happens to you when you die? So the afterlife from any form of fiction or mythology that you would like to be that you would hope to be true for you when it is your time in the very far distant forever future from now.
I think, what is that film called? Is it What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams in it?
Yep.
Where each person kind of creates their own heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of thinking that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like with Wheel of Time, I love the whole
Reincarnation.
The reincarnation idea and all that kind of thing. And I'm kind of into that too. But like, if there was if we were to go to heaven, I'm hoping that we create our own heaven. Supernatural has it as well. I think they kind of create their own.
Their own personal. Well, if you go to the world of dreams in between being spun out again, you can make whatever you want there. So technically, you got your own little heaven in the world of dreams if you want it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Well,
where would you guys go?
Where would we go? It's like I hate to use like the cop out of saying reincarnation with the Wheel of Time, but I really do like the idea of reincarnation. The way they do it in the idea of the afterlife in Avatar: The Last Airbender, I really like how kind of and it's also like a sense of how people describe it today. Like everyone's energy returns to like
Mhm.
like a whole. Like we all become we're all made of the same things. We all return to a whole to be
Mhm.
brought back out again. And then the spirit world is just really fun in Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you've ever
Yeah, no, I love
seen it.
that. Oh, no, I love that show.
Me
Beautiful.
too.
The animation. as
Oh,
well
it's
as the,
so
like,
good.
real life
So
Yeah,
good.
I mean, Appa is right here.
There he is.
Uh,
Momo is on the other side.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
Momo is
Owen,
right there.
yes. That's so cool. That's the cool thing about living in America is you've got so much access to all of this kind of stuff. All the merchandise, all the
Mhm.
paraphernalia. You've got all that. We struggle to get a lot of that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's
we got to
really
see
cool.
what we can get to you because you need some stuff.
Yeah, so
The,
my address is
what about you, Crystal?
Oh, it's 100% the Wheel of Time. I've always believed in like old souls, and that people that you meet like in your life that you've probably met before, and that some people have been turned out of the wheel a lot, and some people are just brand new, and it's so interesting. I work with children, I work with kids with special needs, and I see that in some of them, like some of these kids that I'm like, you are definitely like an old soul. You've done this before. You're here to teach us things. So.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so
Speaking of
cool.
old souls, our executive producer is back.
Oh, hi, Baba. He's very old. He's very cute. Very handsome.
Luna's 19. He turned 19
Oh, hey, Luna.
this year. So thank you so much for doing this. This was so much fun. Like everything, the show, all of the questions, and just everything that you've just been posting online. We're eating all of it up.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed so much. Just your brightness in this has just been so great, and I love it. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a real pleasure to be here with you guys and with everyone that came on, and all the comments. I've been reading some of the comments as they've been coming through. Thank you guys so much for all of that. You guys are really awesome, and thanks for all the great work you guys have been doing. It's been amazing.
Thank you. All right. So as I promised, we will, these are going to be the 4 shows that we post on social media for people to vote on for what we watch next. And this will, next week we'll be watching Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
So that is next week on the 28th, 9 p.m. as normal. We will be watching Galaxy Quest. That's about an hour and a half. So we should run at the exact same amount of time that we usually do. It doesn't matter because we always go over. But the shows that we will be putting up are Legend of Korra. It would be season 1. Ahsoka, because I love Ahsoka Tano as my favorite Star Wars character. Andor, for obvious reasons, because Andor's coming out, and the first season of Andor was just some of my favorite Star Wars on television, and The Last of Us, but The Last of Us season 2, because that is currently running, and if we pick it up, when we would pick it up, we would be just going into episode 4, so we could easily follow along behind the current episodes and have fun with that. So you should see the polls up on our social media tonight-ish, tomorrow morning. It'll be up on all the social medias. We'll have it in our Discord, which you could find the link to our Discord in the comments. In the description below the YouTube channel, and we'll get someone to post it in chat as well. And that's pretty much all the business that we have here tonight. So again, Zenobia, Miss Kloppers, Amico Sedai of the Yellow Black Ajah.
Yep.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
Hold on. She can't leave yet. I think
Why?
It was Aaron. I started a question. Hold on.
Oh,
okay. So it says, we know that Amico is yellow / Black Ajah. What Ajah are you?
What Ajah is Zenobia?
Oh, it is it's a toss up between actually yellow and brown. So I'm actually in myself yellow or maybe brown.
Okay,
I love that.
I'm always drawn to the brown as well, but I think in my heart I'm probably a blue.
Yeah, I can see you as a blue for sure.
I appreciate
and you,
that.
Crystal? You're green.
No, I'm a blue. I'm a blue.
Oh, she has her blue shawl on. Look at that.
Mhm. But brown would be my second.
Yeah.
Brown and
I
yellow.
mean, who wouldn't want to be a brown?
To live in a library is I'm opening my own bookstore, like my own mobile bookstore. That's how much I want to live in a library. So
Oh wow!
mhm.
Oh,
Well,
that just
you have
reminded
to read
me.
the book. It's so awesome.
One of the things that we just recently did was relaunch our Patreon. So I saw
yes.
people posting the link to the Patreon in chat before. Please go and check it out. We have a free tier, which is kind of a little bit of a finagly free tier because Patreon doesn't allow for a $0 tier, but you can follow for free. And then we have some rewards for even if you follow for free. And the lowest tier is $1 and you get a ton of stuff with that. But one of the things I will be doing now that the Wheel of Time is done is I will be posting all of my screenshots that I've taken for all of the episodes, like all the screenshots that you see me sharing in chat. And as a little addition, something that it would that you can't really get is all of the press assets that they've given us, that Amazon has given us over the last 3 months. So all of the posters and behind the scenes clips and images that they shared with us, we will be posting up on our Patreon for you guys to peruse and use at your leisure. I hope the meme lords get access to that and start playing with those.
Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I did also make a lot of short clips specifically. Yeah, I won't play it again. The Mo Gideon licking the lips one.
If you
And
do,
I got
just
a lot
tell
of
me. I'll just
I won't.
tell
No,
them
you're
all.
good. I got a lot of good eye rolls and there's a lot of them in this season and in last season too. So we'll have those up for you guys in the next couple of days once I put the folders together so they're not a complete mess because they're crazy. There's 680 screenshots just from this episode that I took. So yeah. So there's going to be a lot for you guys to look through if you guys want to do it. But anyway.
Awesome.
Again,
I will be on the site. I will be one of the fans.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm going to be there.
Thank you so much. I loved every moment of this, and maybe we'll see you again for maybe season 4. Hopefully, maybe.
Hashtag Amico Dreadlord.
Yeah, Amico. Yes.
Yes.
Amico the
Let's start it.
Dreadlord. Yes, please. I want that so hard. Okay. Thank you. And
Anyway.
say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.